Ugh. Ew, this is a really gross bottle of wine that it's been sitting open in the kitchen and it's really dusty. And it doesn't smell very nice at all. I lost the straw. Oh no. Yeah, I can't leave my lipstick stained straw in this bottle of wine. Okay, I got you. Oh no! Oh shit. Flicked wine everywhere. Hello everyone, today I'm here to do a review of Drinks They Love by Beth Durst. This is a vampire book and it has your typical kind of vampires, the ones that like burst into flame when they're out in the sunlight, they burn with holy water, they don't like garlic, but most of all, they love human blood. So our main character Pearl, she is a 16-year-old vampire. She was a born vampire and she's pretty much evil until she gets stabbed by a unicorn horn. And then some interesting things start happening. Pearl starts developing a conscience and she can actually go out into the sunlight without bursting into flames. So yeah, what is going on here? This book was a lot of fun. I read it alongside Cassie Fonche and we both really enjoyed reading it. You have your typical vampires, but we get it from the perspective of one of these evil vampires, and I thought it was really interesting because you're not getting the story's perspective from one of the victims or someone that falls in love with a vampire. You're actually in the mind of this vampire who enjoys sucking the blood. And I really enjoyed that, but not also that, but also kind of seeing Pearl's progress as she starts developing this conscience and she's like, what is going on with my head? Like, I'm not supposed to be thinking like this. I'm supposed to want to slaughter the humans. You know, that kind of thing? Yeah, so she's starting to feel guilty about that. What? This is so wrong. One thing though, I did find it a little bit predictable. There are some clues here and there, and the way that some of the characters interact and talk, you kind of get an inkling about what's going on, but you're not always quite sure. But even with this predictability, it was still super fun. I thought how the unicorns actually played a role in the story was really intriguing. Also, I've never read a book that had unicorns as quite a pivotal part in a story. Like, I've read books that had them sort of in the background, like in Harry Potter or in other fantasy books where there's just a bit of a mention that they exist, but never when unicorns actually kind of were more involved in a story, let alone a vampire book with unicorns. So I thought that was really cool. In terms of the writing, I really liked how well it did with capturing Pearl's voice. It is written in third person, so we're not actually inside Pearl's head. You're not hearing her train of thought throughout the entire book. Like in first person, you kind of jump into her head just a few times, but even still, I think it did really well with kind of capturing her personality. I was able to really empathize with her character. Even though she's this evil vampire from an evil vampire family, you start rooting for her and she's just so badass and so sassy. I love it. She's got this vampire super strength and she's really fast and she's like kung fu. She's just really cool. She's really cool. One thing about the writing though, at some points I got a little bit confused with what was happening in terms of the descriptions. Sometimes I felt that like I missed a piece of obvious information that just wasn't really clear in the description. Maybe it was me and things just didn't connect or didn't quite compute in my brain, but at some points I was kind of like, wait, what? What just happened? When did that happen? Why did she just say, wait, what? It only happened a few, can't speak. Away. It only happened a few times, so it wasn't like a major issue, but just sometimes I think that the descriptions might have kind of rushed over a few details, but yeah. Okay, so overall I really enjoyed this book. It was actually a lot of fun and I'm so happy that I finally picked this book up. I had bought this forever ago and it's just been sitting on my shelf, and every time I look at it I'm just like, I really want to pick it up, and I'm so glad that I finally did. I ended up giving this one 4 out of 5 stars, so if unicorns, vampires, and a little bit of humour is your kind of thing, then I definitely suggest picking this up. If you've read this book, feel free to leave your opinions down below. I know that there are some mixed reviews on this one, so I'm very curious to see who falls into what category there. So yeah, leave your comments down below. If you're interested in picking this book up, I will have my book depository affiliate link down below in the description, so you can click on that if you'd like. And yes, that is it. I hope you guys have a fabulous day and I'll see you all next time. Bye!